Came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Pacing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Props, Locks, and Parlays. I am your host, Mike Lauro, along with my trusty sidekick, the one and only from Out of the Box Sports, Paul Spencer. Paul, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, listen, as you can look at my screen, my name is backwards and everything. After last week, Mike, I don't know what's up, what's east, west, south. I don't know what the hell happened to me last week, Mike. Probably, honestly, the worst week of football I've ever had in my life betting, Mike, honestly. I just took a Tylenol, so I'm back to normal now. So, but, man, oh, God, Mike.
Yo, I could not believe, like, you are Mr. NCAA. Like, I will be the first one to admit that. Bro, watching that last week unfold, I'm sitting there looking, and I go back and, you know, I write them down. I write everything down. So I was going back checking my games. And as I'm checking my games, I'm looking over at yours, and I'm going, oh, my God, dude. Like, me and you, after the first three games, I'm like, is either one of us going to get a win?
I got 0 wins last week, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, bro, you took the collar. But,
yeah. I mean, you know, as we always say, Mike, you know, betting on a Tuesday night coming into a Friday or weekend game is a little bit different. But, you know, as you always say, you know, on the thing down there, bet responsibly. It's for entertainment purposes only. You know, smart bets make money. But thank God, Mike, I told you backstage of that something during that Miami game when I seen that smoke, Mike. I put down big money just to cover it. Thank God Miami won outright because I took Miami outright just before the game. But, Mike, I tell you what, man, I might have been living outside, panhandling outside in K&A after last week if I didn't do that, brother.
Oh, my
last
God.
week was
Dude,
the worst
listen,
ever, Mike.
I was right there with you, dude, especially with college, man.
Man.
Like, I lost the first 4 out of the 6. I was like, hold on, dude, I am 0 for 4.
Yeah, Miami, Ohio State, Mike. Ohio State, come on, they're Ohio State. They have the dogs. You know, Carson Beck, can we trust them, Mike? Well, you know what, that Miami defense, Mike, I think they could beat teams in the NFL right now, honestly. That defense is so nasty.
Some of them, yeah. Man. I'll tell you what, man. I was a little shocked with the Texas Tech game, dude. I really
You and me, Mike. I said outright big time on this, Mike.
Yeah. And I was like,
nothing.
I was like, come on, man. Like, they just, to me, it looked like the moment got too big for them.
You know what? I believe so because all the hype was, Mike, you know, and I sometimes I believe the hype because it shows on the field what you do. You know, you've beaten teams by 20 points, 5 top teams by 20 points in the schedule. But, Mike, they said it clearly all throughout the game. Texas Tech has never been in this position before, Mike. They haven't, you know, and they got rocked, Mike. I couldn't believe it, man.
Dude, I sat back, Paul. I was watching that, and I was like, oh. But I will say this, though. My upset did come through fruition. My upset came through fruition. I said Ole Miss. I liked Ole Miss in this game. I watched the first one. I watched their first matchup earlier this year. Yeah. And Ole Miss should have beat Georgia this year, and they didn't. They kind of went for it. You know, kind of did. You know, like the play call was a little wacky, and that was with Lane Kiffin. You know what I mean? So that just goes to say a lot about that program. Now, do I expect them to win this week? I don't know. I mean, it's nice, but they're going against Miami. Miami's been good all year.
Yeah,
but you never know. I mean, but we can dive into that. We're going to start off.
I'm gonna give you credit real quick, man. You and I have been on the fence on this every week so far. I hated Alabama till the end of the season. You took you took Indiana here, you know, my hometown team, but my God, Mike, Indiana, man, they look amazing. Mike, though I said, Alabama plus the 7. Mike, I needed a 0 after that 7 after that game. You know what I mean? That's how bad it was. I was like, this is over already. It's the first quarter. It's over. I'm going to call Mike and say congratulations on that one.
Man, yeah, I'll tell you what, Signetti, I think this is his year. I really do. I think it's this year. I just you're hoping that the winner of the Miami Ole Miss game can give Indiana a game because I
Yeah.
don't think Oregon's got a chance. I mean, they went to Eugene this year and beat Oregon in their own house. What do you think is going to happen at a neutral site?
That's true too. That's true too. I mean, the one thing I like about Signetti, Mike, is even the announcer said this guy doesn't smile. He cracked one smile with like a 30 seconds to go in the game. This dude's serious, Mike. I mean, he's a winner. James Madison, everywhere he's been, Mike, he's been IUP right up the street from me, Mike. I didn't even know they had a football team until I found out he was there. This guy wins, Mike. He does.
Yeah, man, and they look really good. And
Yeah.
you know what? I will say this: my Nittany Lions played them so tough.
This close, Mike. This close.
They would have cut the grass the morning of that game, Penn State would have beaten Indiana.
Yeah. Oh, toe drag swag. I mean, even
Dude,
less.
I don't care. That was still the best catch this year in college football. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
The way that literally the blade of grass touched the top of that dude's foot, and he was. Yeah, I was like,
even the way he came down, Mike. I mean, he high pointed the ball out of the end zone, really pulled the ball back in. To me, Mike, just a natural, me being my age and us the way we are, you're just going to hope you don't fall and break your leg. This guy pulled his leg back in, and that, my God, will catch probably the decade right now, Mike. Honestly.
Listen, I've never seen a catch like that. Never.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've seen some catches in my,
Yeah.
my soon to be 50th year on this earth, man.
Jeez, you're getting up there, brother. You're getting up there. Welcome to the 50 Club coming up, man.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, my son Evan was on Out of the Box for a while with his Giant show. He put a lot of these on here.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie. He gave me some too, and I was just the producer over here, Mike. So yeah, I agree with you, brother.
All right, let's break down these two. I guess you could say semifinals.
Yeah, Final Four. We're here.
Final Four of the college football season. Now, let me ask you a question. On your show, College Football Frenzy, did you have any of these four teams in the Final Four?
You know what? Eddie and I talked about this a couple of nights ago, Mike. We were thinking like, okay, and I wasn't sure, so I went back and watched the beginning of the year, and none of us had these teams. Miami, no. ACC, no, but they're not going to make it. Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, no, they're not going to make it. They're not going to get it out of the SEC. Oregon, Indiana, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan. Three of those are not making it. And Oregon wasn't in there. The highest one that I had, I didn't have them in the Final Four, was Indiana, but I did not have any of these teams in the Final Four, Mike. No.
Listen, when the season rolled, when this started, I couldn't picture myself. Now, listen, I can't stand Miami. Yeah. I'm a Penn State guy, and there's like two teams you've grown to hate.
Yep.
One was Notre Dame, the other one was Miami.
Mine is Miami as well, 100%. Yes.
Yeah, that's one thing Penn State fans and Notre Dame fans can agree on. We all hate Miami.
Mm-hmm. But you got to give credit where credit's due, Mike. They are playing ball right now. I mean, Carson Beck's not turning the ball over. Their defense is keeping them good. To me, Mike, I said it on Joe's show. They're the Philadelphia Eagles right now. They can't really score, but that defense, man, one turnover can win the game for you right away. And that's what playoff football is about, Mike.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the way, like I said, I mean, I'm just wondering who they're going to bring back this week, Miami, to lead them out of the tunnel. You
got to stay with hot, Mike. I mean, you got Ray Lewis, Michael Irvin. Well, I'm going to tell you real quick, Mike. I hate saying this, but I'm going to give I hate Michael Irvin. He's a Cowboy. I love him, but still, I hate the way he is on the sideline, Mike, pulling the belt off, beating, leather. I hate that, Mike. Like, dude, you're 55 years old. Grow up. You know what I mean?
Man, he ain't 55. That dude's older than that. He ain't just 5 years older than us.
True about that. It's true. It's true.
Yeah. He's probably close to retirement age, like literally.
Yeah, you're right.
But I will say this, man. I think this game's going to be. I mean, they have Miami as a 3.5 point favorite for this game. So I mean,
yeah, that's surprising.
It is, and I think Ole Miss can keep it close. I do. I think they can keep it close. But ultimately, like I said, we're not seeing point spreads like we saw a week ago. We're not seeing 9.5. We're not seeing, 6.5. Like it's been. If you're looking at both these games, it's literally both games are 3.5 point favorites in this game. So
yeah, I mean, I like this line 3.5. To me, it's still a pick 'em on neutral field here, Mike. But the thing is, Old Miss, the way they're playing ball, I mean, they can score, Mike. I mean, they got a great running game. The quarterback, he's like a Houdini out there. He's making plays. That Chamber, whatever his name was, he's playing great. The Miami's defense, man, they showed you that they can play big boy ball against SEC teams in Miami, Georgia. So this game, Mike, I think it's an X&O game. Early line, Mike, where would you go with this one? Because I got a feeling I know what I want to say, but I'm kind of curious what you say on this.
I took Miami minus the 3.5 because I think Miami can pull away late. But I will say this: I think that defense that Miami has, the one thing they have not encountered in this postseason is a mobile quarterback. Yep. This kid from Ole Miss can get out of there, and he can throw on the run, and I mean throw a dart. So, that's going to be that's my battle for this game there. Him on the move and being able to throw those dimes like he did a week ago. If he does that, dude, Ole Miss is going to win this game. Yeah. I just think Miami's defense. I think Miami's defense is going to hold them. I don't know though. Like I said, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm really kind of I don't know. It's kind of too low. I think for me, really. Oof. Yeah, I'm like,
I agree with what you said. Miami, they have the more. I don't want to say talented dogs, Mike, but they got the horses in the fourth quarter that can pull away. The defense is the lead. They didn't get gas last week, but the one thing that I see in Georgia when they started moving the ball. That Bain kid from Miami, he's number one pick. I mean, God, he's so nasty. But the one thing Georgia started doing, Mike, they spread the field with wide receivers, spreading them wide so you can't run that, the front five that Miami did. Ole Miss can do that, Mike. And that quarterback, like you said, he can get out of the pocket and he can make some plays. Mike, the team that Miami struggled with was SMU. They struggled this year. Mobile quarterbacks, they struggle, Mike. And I feel that Ole Miss can spread the field here. I like Ole Miss. I'll take the 3.5 early. I kind of like that. I might close it down to maybe game time decision. Maybe going Ole Miss outright as my upset. But I don't think a 3.5 point, Mike, is an upset to me. Do you? I don't think it is.
I don't either. If a team's a 3.5 point dog in this game,
it's a neutral field too.
It's a neutral field. So if you're getting 3.5 points for that, that's just to me, I don't think either one of these. I don't think Oregon or Ole Miss are dogs. Really, I mean, it's just But I'm kind of. Even though I took Miami with the minus the 3.5, I'm going to stay with it because I wrote it down.
Okay. But I'll go Ole Miss. I'll go Ole Miss. Give me the 3.5. I'll flip it. Just give me the 3.5 and Ole Miss.
Yeah, I wrote you down for that. But you know what? Like I said, I'll probably end up rooting for Ole Miss, even though it's going to give me a loss. Which, by the way, after you went again.
No, Mike, please, no, stop, don't say my record last week, please don't.
Okay, well, I won't say college, but
go ahead. 0 for 55 last week.
0
Mike.
for 5 last week in college, and you were 1 for 5 in the NFL. Your only win was those New Orleans Saints.
The worst team, one of the worst teams in football. That's the only team I get right. Oh my, dude, 1 for 10.
Listen, I'm sorry. You were feeling yourself with these money lines, but when you took the Jets money line, I put an L next to that as soon as I wrote it down because I did not see that.
Mike, I'm gonna tell you real quick. My cousin, he watches the show on replay because he's out in California. He's still at work, and he actually called me. He's like, "Are you an idiot?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yo, I watched that show with you and Mike. Are you seriously taking the Jets money line?" I'm like, "Hey, it's plus 900. Why not?" He's like, "Did you see the score 30-something to nothing already?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know, dude. I know. You got to take a shot once in a while, right?" He's like, "That's not a shot, dude. That's just a miracle, Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. Oof, God, man.
Yeah, I looked like you said the Jets money line last week, and I literally put an L next to it. I was like, okay.
As soon as you got the show, you just posted L. No.
I said, well, I know one game he lost already, but I'm going to go over mine last week as well. Well, anyway, with that being said, Paul, your college, your NCAA.
Oh, God. Now I'm below 500. Now I'm way below 500 after last week.
No, you're not, buddy. You are 32. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I got your records right here. You are 32, 28, and 1 for your NCAA. Your NFL, you're a game under 500. You're 33, 34, and 1.
All right, well, you know what? We gotta not be the Dallas Cowboys, and we got, even though we didn't get a tie this year, we got to get above 500 this week, Mike. We have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my week last week, the only 2 games I did win was Indiana and Ole Miss. I suffered losses with Texas Tech, Ohio State, Nebraska, and Vandy let me down. Vandy let me down.
Those damn Commodores, Mike. Those damn Commodores, man.
Since what? See, look, it figures, right? Iowa gets out of Iowa and their offense thaws out, and they put up over 20 points. I was like, what the? Probably first time all year.
And the funny thing, when we talk about, when I watched the Iowa game, Mike, as soon as they scored, I'm like, wow, I gotta call Mike real quick because something's wrong here. You know, like this is not normal to us. You know,
dude, I left. I didn't have the game on, but I came back and I was checking the score or whatever. I left and went and did something, came back, and I was like, wait a minute, what? I was like, no. I was like, this got to be a typo.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I was like, oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
But in the NFL last week, I went 1, 2, 3, 4. I went 4-2 last week. The only 2 losses I had were the Eagles -7. They didn't win by 7. And the Atlanta Falcons -3. I didn't have that. Those 2 were my losses. My wins were Carolina +2. Half a point finally went in my favor.
Yeah, I took the money line on that one. Yeah,
I took Seattle -1.5. They won their game.
Mm-hmm.
I took Detroit +3, and then my coup de grace, believe it or not, was by a whisker. Man, I took those Pittsburgh Steelers money line.
Wow, what a game! What a game on that one.
I fell asleep. Wow. I fell asleep in that game. I had no idea Pittsburgh won until I got up the next morning. It just happened to look, and it says, it says Steelers win on late touchdown, and Baltimore missed, and then it cost Harbaugh his job. Which, by the way,
they drove all the way down the field. You know, gave a chip shot to the kicker, signed him up right in the middle of the field, and just wide right. And I'm like, oh my God! Next thing you know, like you said today, Harbaugh, 18 seasons gone, man. The kicker cost him that job. And you think about this, Mike, all season. They were down and out in the playoffs, Mike. Nobody had them winning this year in the playoffs, you know, getting even the division. They turned that around with how many games this year, Mike, that they had 12 or more starters out in a single game, and they still had a shot in week 17. Mm-hmm. That's not Harbaugh, though, honestly. To me, it's not.
No, that's not Harbaugh, man. That was his interest. I think, but I think his message was getting stale. You figure he was there 18 years.
Yeah.
Same thing. Well, I feel like Tomlin in Pittsburgh, too. I would not be surprised if now, granted, he's never not made the playoffs.
Right. Never had a losing season, Mike.
Never had a losing season. But I can see them moving on from him soon, too.
I agree.
I can. Yeah. And, he'll go somewhere else and win a Super Bowl. Those 2 guys will do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about the Ole Miss game. Again, my record, my NCAA's bad. 37, 42, and 3. So I have earned a losing record this year because there's only 2 games left.
I mean, we can play Jeopardy, Mike, and you know you can whatever you have left, you can just double down on and go double Jeopardy.
No, my luck, I'll have 80 losses then. So yeah, I'm 37, 42, and 3 in college this year. Not bad though in the NFL. I'm 7 games above 500. I'm 45, 38, and 1 in the NFL. So I kind of like doing this, man. You know, like I said, I think you'll be known as Mr. NCAA, and I'll be known as Mr. NFL.
Well, I don't know. After last week, Mike, I better redeem myself. I mean, only 2 games left, really 3 games left in the season. We got to get these right because, and so far we already disagreed on the first one. But I don't know. 1 game left, Mike. Oregon, Indiana. Where do you go with this one?
Listen, if Oregon couldn't beat them in their house, right? In the beginning, not so much. Nothing's changed about this. If you really look at it. Plus, you got transfer portals opening up now, people moving. This is what kind of hurt Penn State a year ago. Penn State had Bo Papula as their backup quarterback, and literally the week before he's getting ready to play Notre Dame, literally as they're leading up to that week, he goes, "Sorry guys, I'm leaving. I'm going to Missouri."
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? Alec gets hurt in that game. You know what I mean? He's got to come back in. So, and it really kind of set the stage off, which is really, really weird. But yeah, I like Indiana in this one. It's a neutral field,
Oh,
and Indiana already beat them in their house. So and
yeah.
beat them kind of convincingly. It wasn't,
Yeah, it was
you
like
know,
7 point game
I think
or
it'll be
something, right?
close. I think it'll be under 7.
Yeah.
But I'm laying Indiana with the 3. I think Indiana 3 points or
Okay.
3.5 points. I'm definitely laying Indiana on this one.
Okay. I mean, after last week, Mike, Texas Tech's best defense in college football, man. They couldn't stop anything. I mean, just the way Texas Tech looked, and Oregon looked like a different team to me. Regardless of the fact, yeah, they lost against Indiana, but man, Dan Lanning has that team playing right now. I mean, they're spreading it. Their defense is playing amazing. A strip sack, 4 sacks in the game, 2 picks, and that kid Fleming at corner. My God, this kid's insane too. I think this is their game. I actually like Oregon here, Mike, on a neutral field. I do. I like Oregon. I think it's going to be close. It could be a 4-point swing either way, whoever wins this. But I don't think it's a blowout. I think both teams know each other very well. They've looked at the tape, put past the tape, learned from it. They've expanded the playbook. I like Oregon plus the 3.5 here, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say though, Oregon did the same thing last year in their playoff. They did all that until it got time to play Ohio State, and when they had to face Ohio State again for the second time after losing to Ohio State,
Mhm.
Ohio State wiped, or no, they beat Ohio State last year.
They did.
When they beat Ohio State and they had to play them again, Ohio State whipped them in the Rose Bowl.
And that's what I'm trying to leaning on toward too. Oregon is a good team, high powered, very fast paced. But I think that Lenning has to stay with the playbook of what he did last week against I don't want to say an Indiana defense, but Texas Tech is no slouch, Mike. If they can continue that and run the same play calling to spread that field and get Rodriguez and these linebackers away from the ball, was that front four for Texas Tech is nasty. We've seen it all season, and they were nowhere to be found, Mike. Nothing at all. So I think if they do that to Indiana, that's the only shot they have, because if they spread the field and keep this game close, then Dante Moore can't turn the ball over, and Lenning cannot play Dan Campbell and go for it in a bad situation. Play field possession here, field management here. You have to, because this game could come down to a final kick or probably under 4 points either way, Mike.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be around where the spread is.
Mhm.
But I just like Indiana's offensive line. I think Indiana's going to be able to run the ball on that Oregon defense. And that's what killed them in the first game.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop Indiana's run. It wasn't like what's his name? The kid who won the Heisman Trophy. Mendoza, is that his name?
Fernando Mendoza, yeah.
Yeah, the quarterback. He didn't really go out there and kill them. It was the running back, man. The running back had a field day in that game. So again, but it's going to be 2 great games to watch. One's on Thursday night, 7:30, and then the other one's on Friday. So,
man,
and
I can't wait.
Then you have the national championship game all the way the following Monday.
Yeah, you got a long layover. I mean, but man, Thursday and Friday just made my weekend, because Thursday, Friday, then Saturday football, UFC for me, and then Sunday I got my weekend ready to go, Mike. I'm ready to go.
Right, and it's supposed to be. Well, I know in my neck of the woods, from Thursday night all the way to Sunday, it's supposed to be rain.
Yeah, that's what we're getting now. We're getting all rain. All the snow's gone now. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's going to be something. That to me, now we're going to switch over to the NFL.
Oh no. I got to redeem myself. Here, Mike.
All right,
no more stupid out of the box picks, Mike. We're going serious here. Okay, we got to make it a wrap here. Okay, we got to get in tune here.
First game up on the docket is the Los Angeles Rams
-10
flying east, playing a 4:30 game, giving up 10 points, 10.5.
That's a lot of points.
Let me bring this up right here, man, so y'all can see this.
That's a lot of
10.5.
That's a lot of points, man.
The Carolina Panthers, who, by the way, beat them 3 weeks ago in the same stadium.
Yeah. That's what I mean. 10.5. I mean, it's the playoffs, Mike. This tells you something here. 10 points in the playoffs, even though it's a wild card, still 10 points is a lot of points, Mike. But man.
And I will say this: the Rams had Devontae Adams for that game too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like Devontae Adams was out hurt. They had Devontae Adams for that game in there, which they lost 31-28.
Yeah. Man. 10.5 points, Mike. Either way, I kind of scary, because the Panthers are pretty good at home. They're better, but Matthew Stafford, that team is just. This could be the year right now, Mike. I mean, it comes down to two teams in the FC. They're one of them for me. I'm going to go Rams here, even though that line I don't like 550. I might tease it down to a Rams minus 6.5 at the highest for me, but I'm not going to play the 10.5. I'm going to go play smart here because I need my record, Mike. I'm going to go money line with the Rams. That's all I'm going to do this week.
Rams money line. Okay.
Even though it's nothing, you got like 550 to get $1 or so, but still.
Yeah. Well, I'm going Oppo.
Really?
Yes, I think Carolina knocks them out. I think Carolina eliminates them. I think Carolina wins the game outright. I'm going to take the 10.5 points, but I think Carolina eliminates them. And you want to know why? If you look at what the Rams had to go through the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, schedule-wise, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this all I'm going to say? Right? They were home this past week against Arizona, but the week before that, they were in Atlanta on a Monday night. Then the week before that, they were home. Then the week before that, they were on the East Coast. A lot of flying back and forth to the East Coast this year.
Yeah, then you had Seattle in between, too. That's a banger.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I think that Seattle game broke them because they have not looked right defensively. If you went back and looked, Jacoby Brissett was lighting them up.
Yeah.
In that game. It was 23-20 going into the fourth quarter of that game. And I think somebody from upstairs, from the Cardinals, called and said, we want that higher draft pick. Start running the ball. So, because, Michael Wilson was tearing them apart. And I don't like the way their defense has been playing the last 3 weeks. Atlanta ran the ball down their throats. What's one thing Carolina can do very well? They can run the ball, but you're all running back Dowd and
Rico and Chuba. But the games that they've went away from their offense, they don't run Rico. Rico was averaging 100 yards a game, putting Chuba Hubbard just an expense back coming in. Then when Chuba came back, Mike, it was a little bit different. They wanted to give Chuba the clout. To me, Rico's the hot man. They got to go back to what they were doing, like in the winning streaks that they had. But they haven't done that. That's the thing. And I think the Rams know you put pressure on Youngies. He can run, but he's not the first runner. You take away Rico and Chuba, but then all you have really is McMillan on the outside.
And you got Leggett too. You got Xavier Leggett.
Xavier Leggett. Yeah, he's also out there. But I think the Rams put this together, Mike. It's McVay's a solid coach. His coaching tree, where he came from and what he's put out. I think the Rams win this game, but. I think the 10.5 points with the Panthers is a smart bet too, and I'm kind of leaning toward that too. I might make that on Saturday morning, make that assumption around 1:00 to see, but right now I'm just going to stay smart because I want that to bring my record back up. But I might take that 10.5 with the money along with the Panthers there too.
Listen, I think the Panthers are going to win it outright because we already see with the Rams. Their cornerbacks they're garbage. And I'm sorry, their front four has not been getting pressure like that. Dude, Kirk Cousins was sitting around completing passes left and right against them just 2 weeks ago in Atlanta. And like I said, Jacoby Brissett was doing it on Sunday. So I'm not sold on this Rams team. I'm really not. And I thought they were the clear front runners about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
6 weeks ago, I would have told you, put your money on the Rams. They're winning the whole bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not so sure about that now. I saw their spirit get broken when they lost that game in Seattle a couple weeks ago. They look like, and they haven't been the same team since. Now they've won. I know they beat. They kind of had a little 2-game losing streak, but I'll tell you what, Carolina didn't try to just run the ball. They attacked those cornerbacks. And matter of fact, McMillan had a really, really good game that day. Yeah. So between McMillan, Xavier Leggett, what's the tight end, Tremble?
Tommy Tremble. Yep.
Yeah, between those guys and with, if they do what they did the last time on there, if they stick to their game plan, and I seriously think they can beat the Rams. All Seattle did was take what Carolina did and they just upped it a little bit. They just have a better defense.
Yeah.
They have a better defense than Carolina. But there's always one upset in the first round.
And you know what? This is billboard material for a coach. You take this in the locker room right now. Just this bet 360 app and say, but nobody gives us a shot here. We're plus 10.5. Dogs here at home. We're division winners.
And you beat this team already.
Exactly. You already beat them. And you're at home here. You're playing with house money right now. Nobody expects us to do anything right now. They already said we lost the game. Go out there, show the world, shock the world. It's time. Go out and win this game. That's billboard material for me, because you're damn right. There's always one game that's looks so good on paper, but man, that line tells you
and
something.
Rams, like I said, the Rams scare me, and like not a lot of people are talking about this. Like I watched so many shows this week where they're picking the first round, and they are just dismissing the Carolina Panthers, and I'm going, how can you dismiss a team that beat the same team earlier in the season and beat them bad? They out-physicaled them. And if you take a look at the Rams, any team that out-physicals them, they lose. Yeah. They try to play bully ball, but when they go up against the bullies, they get knocked down. They get knocked right back to size. So, I jumped all over this. I said 10 points. They're at home. I said Carolina might win this game outright.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play with it on Saturday just to see how I feel about it. But right now, I'm going to play smart because that record means something to me. I can't go below 500, Mike. Can't do that. God, pride's on the line here, Mike. But yeah, betting wise, I'll take the 550 money line. It's not penny versus pennies here. But Saturday I might take that Carolina plus 10.5. I might look at that because that does show me something right there. Playing at home with house money. Yeah.
The next game up is a division rivalry. Green Bay. After resting everybody a week ago, they had no chance to climb up anywhere or move. They were in the 7th spot. They were locked in. So they didn't play anybody yesterday or this past weekend in Minnesota. So they are locked into the 17th. Going to the Bears, who played a tough physical game against the Detroit Lions and end up losing that game. Technically should have lost the number 2 seed. We'll get to why they didn't later. Because
I don't know why, Mike. I don't know why, Mike. But -1 here, Mike. This is to me. It's not even a pick'em game to me on the table here. Chicago. I'm still not on them, Mike. I'm really not. But, man, I tell you what, they're playing ball. Their defense is playing great. Caleb Williams is showing me something. He's not turning the ball over, making stupid mistakes. He's playing the way he plays in college. Green Bay is still Jordan Love's team, but what are they, Mike? I mean, Brandon Jacobs is not showing me anything. The wide receivers really can't do anything. They bring in Mr. Trayvon Diggs, Mr. Concussion, hit myself on my own TV installing it. He looks sad. That's not going to help the defense. But yeah, I don't know which way to go. Division game, Mike. This is what I love seeing in the playoffs, though.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now who I'm taking. I'm going with the Packers in this game because you know why? The only 2 times that they played against the Bears, I think, if I remember right, I think Jalen Reed had just come back, and Jalen Reed is going to go crazy against that secondary. They might have lost Gardner Johnson for this week. He went out with a concussion last week. So is he going to be back in time to help that team? And I'll tell you what, you have a healthy Christian Watson, you have a healthy Romeo Doubs, and a healthy Jalen Reed. That's going to be a hard passing attack to stop. And then you got Josh Jacobs running the ball. On
paper, I can see it. But the thing is, with this Chicago team too, Mike, the Green Bay Packers is not the Green Bay Packers on defense. You're hurting that bad where you have to bring in Diggs, who possibly could be a starter this week, and the way he played 13 snaps last week didn't look good. To me, Chicago can still run the ball with Swift and Monahay out there, and they have the weapons too. Mike Burden, Romeo, Loveland in the middle. This could be one of the games where it all comes down to LaFleur versus Ben Johnson, who's going to make the creative matchup to put a position player in position to win this game. I'm gonna go opposite, Mike. I mean, the line is kind of crazy. 1 each way. It's only a +100 for This is what's weird, Mike. It's -120 or +100. Even money here, basically. I'm going to go Chicago outright, Mike. The 1 point don't mean anything to me, and I'm pretty sure you're going to take the same way. You're not even taking the 1, or you might give the 1 because you're taking the Packers. I'll go money line Bears here, Mike.
Yeah, I'm going the -1 because it's cheaper.
Okay. Yep.
Not by much, but it is.
Yeah.
And I'll give the 1. I love the Packers in this game.
Okay.
Like I said, if the Bears would have rested some of their guys last week, I would probably agree with you. But dude, they're not even getting 3 points for being at home.
Yeah, I think they're
That's
taking into
what
consideration
that's
too.
telling me something.
I think it's consideration too. It's a division game here. This is the third matchup between these teams this year, and that I think they're playing into, just like you said, Chicago had to play a hell of a game trying to get past Detroit, and they couldn't do it. In week 17, Green Bay rested. Everybody's coming back healthy. I think they play into that factor as well. But yeah, we're in the same boat, Mike. I mean, even you're going to give the one because that's better odds for you. I'm not even going to take the one. I'm just going to go to the money line for the extra plus 10% there. So yeah, I'm going to go Chicago money line plus 100.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills going to Duval.
I want to hear you, Mike, because we talked about this. Joe and Sullivan and I talked about this. This is the weirdest line of the playoffs that I see so far. The hottest team in football versus a team that's barely squeaking to get in, Mike, in the Buffalo Bills. Weird line, Mike. Jaguars plus, Mike, plus, who had a shot at the number 1 seed, Mike? This is interesting to me. What do you see, Mike? Because Vegas is smart, and we're just a bunch of idiots this year trying to pick games. What the hell do you see?
I jumped all over it. You're going to give me Jacksonville and a point at home?
Thank you.
Buffalo cannot. Are you kidding me? Yo, listen, the Jags are going to wipe the floor up with Buffalo. Superman, he's not going to make the Super Bowl again.
Nope.
Okay? I am all over the Jags on this one, dude. I love the Jags. I was getting a point.
Yep.
I took the Jags. I took the Jags plus the 1. I was like, they're going to win outright.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way that they're not going to win this game. If you look at the money line, dude, they're minus 105.
Yeah.
They're minus 115.
Yes.
If you're taking a point, like, come on, dude, like, no.
Yes.
And the way they've been playing, I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I'm riding Jacksonville to the Super Bowl. I think Jacksonville's going to go to the Super Bowl.
You got a good shot, because I looked at this line and I'm thinking, like, it hasn't even moved, Mike. It's been -1 +1 for almost 3 days now. So It's not an injury report. It's nothing bogus about that. So I actually played this line early because I don't want to see it move in an opposite swing. I actually took on my Bet360 app, I took Jacksonville minus 2 points on this, Mike. And I got a plus plus 160 on that, Mike.
Really?
Yeah, I took it early because I think Jacksonville easy.
I think you'll be safe doing that.
Yeah.
I think you would be safe doing that because you know what? To be honest with you, I don't see Buffalo. Listen, Buffalo ain't got the horses. I don't care that Josh Allen can throw the ball around. He don't have the horses, dude. Like, and their defense, forget about it. Their defense can't rush nobody. Their defense is garbage.
Exactly.
So,
and the way the Jags are playing right now, I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. is just playing lights out right now. He's playing great. The running game of the Jags. Jacksonville, all they really got to do is stop James Cook and Josh Allen in the backfield. You're two big runners. That's it. Coleman are nothing this year. Nothing at all.
The Eagles laid the blueprint on how to stop them. The Eagles laid the blueprint on how to shut Josh Allen and James Cook down. They held them scoreless for 55 minutes.
Right.
I mean, granted, they ended up scoring 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But that's only because that defense got tired.
They got gassed.
Like, if our quarterback makes 2 first downs in the second half, like, it's the Eagles shut them out. Like, plain and simple. The Eagles showed everybody in the NFL how to stop them. And I'll tell you this now. It's not just, you ain't got to worry about just ETN running the ball or Brian Thompson. You got Jacoby Myers now.
Yeah.
Who's lining up down there.
Who finally knows the playbook now. He knows the playbook now coming over.
And I'm going to give you an underrated guy that they got there. My boy from Penn State, Parker Washington.
He got a TD this week, too. I took him on a TD. He got a TD this week, yeah.
Listen, I try to take him every week, man, because that kid just he knows how to get open, and he's not scared. He goes across the middle. Like I said, Jacksonville, to me, has a better defense, and Jacksonville's offense got too many more weapons than Buffalo. You're going to give me a point, too? I am rolling with the Jags strictly in this
100%,
one. I think Superman, they're going to be his kryptonite this one because I think he's going bye-bye.
Yeah, and there's no more excuses. Mahomes not there. Lamar Jackson's not there. 2 teams that you can't beat to get over the hump. This is your year, and this is not going to be the year because, I'm sorry, sunshine is putting you out this year.
Yeah. Yep. All right, now I got to move on to the next one. 4:30 on Sunday on Fox. The Niners come in to play the Birds, and the Eagles are a 4.5-point favorite in this one.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what, I love the Birds in this game. After watching that game last Saturday with the Niners and the Seahawks, if you thought Josh Purdy had a bad game with that defensive line, wait till he sees the one that's about to come at him. Like, I'm sorry. I will say this. There has been no better defense the last 8 weeks than the Eagles. Not even Seattle's has been as good as the Eagles the last 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Eagles in this game, and I think it's a get-right game for the offense. Lane Johnson will be back this week, okay? He'll be back this week. I think they can get their ground game going because the 49ers they have to send pressure to get pressure, and if you do that, that leaves one-on-one for the wide receivers. It leaves Saquon Barkley to hit one hole and be gone. It opens everything up for this Eagles offense. And even though they haven't done it all year, this is the time of year that this Eagles team, they're battle tested, man. And this 49ers team's not. They missed the playoffs the last two years.
Yeah, I get the point, the term battle tested, but they are. But the thing is, they're not coach battle tested, Mike. I mean, they've been in positions where they haven't made the adjustments, and going from week to week, I haven't seen it. I think the Eagles do win this game, yeah, but I think it's a lot closer than on paper being 4.5. I heard a podcast today. They were a writer talking about the Shanahan, going into this game. What do you see? And he's like, I don't want to hear shit about last year. I don't want to hear about Purdy. I don't want to hear about anything about his injury. I don't want to hear it. What we're going to do this year, we're going to take away the Philadelphia Eagles defense to spread them wider, to make the lanes open for our running backs, to get McCaffrey in spacers one-on-one position. Same thing with the Eagles, just like you said. If the running game gets open, it's a one-on-one burst. You have, a lot of, what's his name, Calentina playing great, and your other tight end, Dallas Goedert, Devontae, AJ, I get all that. But I think it's going to be a chess match, Mike. I think the Niners try to keep – they're not going to look for the big play, Mike. They're going to keep this Eagles team on the field a lot longer than expected.
No way.
I think they will.
No way. Did you watch their defense, Paul? Their defense is so banged up. They just signed Kaiser White today.
I know. I seen that. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, no, I'm not hearing that. I think Dallas Goedert's going to eat. I think he's going to eat. I think he's going to eat so much in this game. He may score 2 touchdowns in this game. I might actually put a bet in for him to score 2 touchdowns and I don't see them stopping. Like, I see the Eagles offense being able to exploit their defense than their offense being able to exploit who are they going to throw the ball to? Ricky Pearsall may not be. They say
he's coming back. He's coming back. Yeah, he's coming back this week. They said.
Pearsall? Yeah. All right. Well, if he's coming back, he's going to be.
He's coming back. Yeah.
Well, he's going to be at like 70%. So you got him coming back. I know they said Trent Williams. They said later on in the week they'll know whether he's coming back because he's dealing with a hammy. But okay, I'm not worried about Kittle because Kittle to me hasn't taken over a game in 4 years.
I like their backup better than Kittle.
I do too. Tongues, I like him.
Tongue, I love him. I
like him a lot. And I'm not fearful of McCaffrey. I'm more fearful, believe it or not, of the Robinson kid, the one that was in Washington. Because he used to gash the Eagles big time when he was in Washington.
Yeah, and that's what I heard Shanahan's, talking about. He's laying it all out there. To me, Mike, as a coach, what he does is he comes out there and he says, hey, Mike, this is what I'm running. You're playing you this week. This is what I'm doing. I'm bringing in Robinson and McCaffrey in the backfield at the same time, going old school split back. This way it puts that, that little sound in your ear. Will they do this? Will they not do it? Will we see it on the field? I think Shanahan's playing a little game here. Maybe it could be a little scared game, but to me, going into the playoffs, I look at this and I'm not trying to be, I don't like the Eagles. That's why I'm doing this. But Mike, I think to me, this is the biggest upset of the week to me, even though it's a 4.5 point game. I kind of like the Niners here playing as the third best team really in that division. House money coming into the link here. Eagles basically on a bye week, Mike, resting everybody pretty much. I kind of like the San Francisco 49ers plus the 4.5. I do.
I'm writing it down. Okay. We're gonna agree to disagree on that one.
I know, yeah. I got the Niners plus 4.5.
I look at it like this. I think the Eagles got a better defense in Seattle. I really do.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
They were only able to score 3 points on that defense. You really think they're going to fly cross country, come here, and put up more points? Nah, I don't see that.
As long as some idiot doesn't go down to the damn museum and put a damn jersey on the damn Rocky statue.
Funny you mentioned that. There was a 49ers fan.
Don't tell me somebody already did it.
No. He put a picture up of that. It said, "For the love of God, leave Rocky alone." I started laughing. I was like, it says, if I catch any Niners fan near the Rocky statue, he said, I'm personally sniping you out. I started dying.
I can see somebody sitting on top. Yeah, I can see somebody sitting on top like the Lowe's or the Comcast building with a sniper rifle. That son of a bitch is getting too close.
One of my good friends, Reese, he's a Niners fan. He's from the Philly area. I always go back and forth with him. I actually hit him up and was like, so what's your honest opinion of the game? He turned around. He said, dude, we're too beat up. He goes, we've been playing on such emotion. He goes, I don't know if there's any emotion left to get up for the Eagles. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, dude, he said the last 3 weeks, he said, we had to play the Bears. He goes, the Seahawks. He goes, Bears, Seahawks. And I think, who they play? I think it might have been the Rams before that. He's like, we had to play 3 playoff games. He goes, I don't know if they can. He goes, y'all with that defense? He goes, and even he agreed with me. He goes, I think y'all defense is better than Seattle's. He said,
I agree. The Eagles defense is number one in the NFL. Honestly, I really.
Well, do. I don't know. I would say Houston. I think Houston's got the best defense.
They do.
And I'm an Eagles fan. I watch that Houston team. Dude, that defense is vicious.
They are. But I like the Eagles defense all around on paper. Front seven, back and four. I like them as a unit. I love the Eagles more. But to me,
they got better pass rushers than Houston.
Yeah.
Dude. Will Anderson's a beast.
He is. But the thing is, to me, Robert Saleh, man, he's not a head coach. Mike, he goes back to San Francisco, and he's basically all the injuries that he's put this team back together, winning ways, finding ways to win on defense, bending but not breaking. I think he's smart enough as a DC to say, okay, we got to live with one. Are we going to let Hurts throw the ball downfield? If we don't get pressure on him, he's going to throw the ball. Do we do what Dallas did in the week where they put 5-man front, stop Saquon Barkley, stop the RPO? What do? We got to pick one of them. And I think Shanahan and Saleh have put together a game plan, Mike, where we got to pick one. What we're going to do? We can't play both because they will expose us. Either way, we got to pick one. If it's the right decision, I'll get my wish. But I don't know right now. I'm still going to take the 4.5 with the Niners, though.
Niners are 4.5?
Yeah.
All right, so that moves us on to Sunday night, bub.
Ooh, man.
And I think this could be an under...
Really?
I think this could be probably one of the... I think this could be the best game of the whole weekend. I really do. New England hosting the Chargers. I think you're going to see a lot of old-time football in this game. And what I mean is running the football... running the ball, playing defense. Both of them got a really, they got a good defense over there in both of them. They both have young, exciting quarterbacks. They both have, decent wide receivers and tight ends in this game and running backs. You got, the two-headed monster in New England, and then you go over and you have the two-headed monster with LA. So at running back. So again, man, I think this will probably be. This one should be at 3.5.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that. I like the Chargers defense. Harbaugh has them playing out there. The only Harbaugh left in the NFL right now on his coaching part. But I kind of like it. But to me, I mean, Mike, if Herbert has a bad series, it could be over early. Because once he starts bad, he hasn't played good. If he's that deer in headlights look comes out of him. Patriots defense is playing, insanely right now. Drake May possibly could be the NFL player of the year. But my God, Mike, Patriots have it all on their shoulders. Number one seed here, coming from 4-13 last year.
They're number 2 seed.
2 seed. Okay, that's right. Denver's number one. But playing with what they are, Mike, if they lose this game, everything is in their court, Mike. They can't lose this game. The Chargers come in here and they could possibly win this, though.
I'll tell you what, like you said, there's always those 1 or 2 games, man, where somebody loses that shouldn't lose. And
that's the Niners-Eagles game, Mike. That's the Niners-Eagles game.
I took New England minus the 3.5 because they're at home.
Yeah.
And I think they will get that win. I think they win by 6. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be a dogfight.
And another thing is, Mike, that weather, man. We don't know what that Saturday night 8:00 game is going to be. I mean, you're playing in SoFi Stadium, beautiful 80-degree weather.
No. They're up in
That's what I mean. You're coming down from SoFi playing in Foxborough here, a little bit different animal. That wind, that hawk could be blowing out there. So we don't know. May can throw the ball in cold weather. Justin Herbert with that bad hand, he might not be able to hold the ball in 10-degree weather, Mike.
Yeah. All right, Paul, this is going to drop us off to our last game. Monday night.
Wow.
Houston comes up to play the Steelers.
Wow, man. Surviving mode barely gets in by Pittsburgh on a wide right kick that cost Harbaugh his job.
Oh, who did you take in that last one, Paul? I'm sorry.
I'm going Patriots -3.
All right. It's -3.5.
Right. Give me the 3.5. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, this game's interesting. My best defense in football, one of the top two in the AFC, I will give you that, versus a Pittsburgh Steelers. Only thing they have coming back, Mike, is Metcalf maybe coming back.
Yeah.
But I don't care if Metcalf comes back, man. I don't care if you bring Lynn Swan back and, John Stahl. I don't care, Mike. They ain't beating Houston. They ain't beating this Houston defense, Mike. It ain't going to happen. No. -3 Houston.
As the once wise Lee Corso would always say, just a minute, my friend.
Lee Corso? Where's the headgear, Mike? Come on.
I ain't got a Pittsburgh headgear. But I'm riding with the Steelers. You want to know why?
I do.
Okay. Nasty, cold weather. They haven't been coming up playing in nasty, cold weather. Think about this for a second.
Okay.
The last time that they played in open outdoor stadium is when they played a few weeks ago against Tennessee. They've been playing in domes. They're coming up to a very cold, wet, rainy Pittsburgh. Yeah, and let's be honest here. The Texans are the AFC's version of the Eagles. They got a great defense. Yeah. Offense is suspect. Like they can put up either 30 points or put up 10. And, this might be a field goal game. Like, I could see Pittsburgh winning this game 12-10 with, 4 field goals.
Okay, Mike, you know what? I live 60 minutes from Askew Stadium, even though it's not Heinz anymore. It's Askew Stadium. It's going to rain up my area, which is 60 minutes from Pittsburgh, all week. Sunday, from what they're calling is 4 p.m. all the way till 4 a.m., 30% chance of snow. Monday, high of 34. Game time weather is 24 degrees, Mike. 24 degrees.
That is going to wreak havoc on that Houston defense. I'm telling you, those dome teams, and you got to remember, too, they play in Reliant Stadium, which is, they can open, it's a retractable dome.
Yeah.
But if you look at the teams that they play, the only two outdoor themselves and Indianapolis, where they go to, it's a dome stadium. So, and again, they haven't been nowhere cold. Go back and look over who they've played.
That's true. That's true.
They haven't been nowhere cold, bro. And I'm sorry, I'm not sold on that. I'm not sold on that offense. That offense, to me, is like the Eagles' offense. If they can get things running. But then again, I like Pittsburgh at home, man. Pittsburgh's just a different beast at home.
Agree. I've said it, for years, Mike. I went to a couple games, and I tell you what, the only game that I ever didn't go to that I heard about was when they played Renegade in the fourth quarter about 3 weeks ago, and they booed them when they got blown out. But watching that game, Mike, it's a little bit different breed. Pittsburgh at home on a primetime game. There's something where Tomlinson rallies his troops. I get that. But, Mike, I don't trust just because Metcalf's coming back. Jalen Warren's not running the ball. If they didn't have Kenneth Gainwell last night, they would have lost, Mike. Kenneth Gainwell was their MVP the entire game on offense. I don't trust this Pittsburgh offense right now. I don't. Freiermuth gets 2 passes a game, 1 big one, and that's it. Warren doesn't get the ball. They have nobody else at wide receiver. I like this Houston defense because I think Houston's defense gets a sack to put him in position to either give him 3 or a score. And I think there is a couple turnovers, Mike, where it's field possession battle. Even though Texans don't have an offense, I'm not sold on Pittsburgh. I just think they're the luckiest team to be in right now.
So you're rolling with
I'm going Houston. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, guys, there you have it. They are our picks, man. These are our picks going forward. Real quick reminder, guys, roughly in about 6 minutes right here on the network. Our guy, Matty B, the final word. He will get you ready for this weekend's games. So make sure you tune in to him. And also, Matty tonight also has the Anaheim Ducks for Clear the Ice. I will be with you guys on Thursday after the Leafs game. And then a special home and home. And the reason why I say home and home, the Flyers play the Lightning twice, Saturday and Monday, both here in Philly. So kind of crazy schedule for the Flyers there. So, Paul, where can they see you at, buddy?
Oh man, tomorrow night it's going to be I know I'm on It's a Wrap Sports, but it's a wrap for the Dallas Cowboys season. We're going to be talking about, going through every week. Tomorrow night we're going to talk about the firing of Eberflus. Who's going to be signed, who's going to be new DC. That's going to be the topic tomorrow night. That's tomorrow night at 9:30 on Out of the Box Sports.
Got a question for you on those Cowboys. If I truly believe if this guy doesn't get a head coaching job, I believe he's going to be your next defensive coordinator, and I think it's
Flores. Thank you.
Flores.
Already put that on the page and everything, Mike. I was like, my top candidate is Brian Flores right now, number one. If he doesn't get the head coaching job,
if you can't get him, who are you looking at?
You know what? I hate a lot of people disagree with me. I put this on TikTok earlier, Mike, and I said, I want to bring back a familiar foe. One that played under a good DC that we had, played under Dan Quinn. Give me Al Witt Jr. back. He was just fired by the Washington Commanders today. He knows his defense. He knows every player on his defense. And that was the defense best year under Dan Quinn and Al Witt Jr. I like him, Mike. I want to bring him back. I want a familiar face, Mike, that knows the players because he knows the scheme. Eberflus brought in himself trying to change the scheme with the players he had. Witt knows the scheme, and he knows the players. He will adapt to what goes back to what we had before.
Okay.
Who was your second guy, Mike?
Believe it or not, I was thinking maybe Jonathan Gannon since he got let go.
That was like number 4 on my list. I thought about that too as well.
And
So Arizona let him go.
The only reason why I'm saying that is though, but
he knows the division. He knows the division though. He's a little bit, he has that advantage.
Yeah and no, but I mean, also though, but he's kind of like he kind of runs Fangio style defense, but he's not Vic Fangio. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that wouldn't suit Dallas right now because Dallas is back in. You have to. That's why so many people put pressure up front for us because our back end is bad. If we give you 3 seconds, ball downfield, 7 points on the board. We're not that team yet. That's why I don't want a blitzing guy yet because we don't have the pieces yet, Mike.
Yeah. So I don't know. Six coaching spots open.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I think Kevin Stefanski doesn't wait long. I think Jim.
Did you hear who the top candidate for the Tennessee Titans is right now?
No, who's that?
This guy, the Clapper.
Garrett?
Jason Garrett is being interviewed this Friday as a top candidate for the Tennessee Titans. I don't know if that's like just the process due of elimination, but you got to be that desperate. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I seen McCarthy's name was brought up too.
His name is in there, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I think his name is attached to Cleveland. Believe it or not. So I don't know how that dynamic's going to work with Jim Schwartz. I heard Schwartz is a candidate too for the head coaching gig there as well.
Real quick, I know Al's part of EOP there, still doing his thing. I seen something on EOP. Somebody sent it to me. I don't agree with this because I think a drug test needs to be demanded here. Stefanski being the OC for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I think that was Joey Sheeran, and he still does the content for them. No, I
don't see that happening, Mike.
I don't see that happening either. There's too many openings right now. I got a quick question for you. As a Cowboys fan, would you be against Raheem Morris being your defensive coordinator?
No, because I like him as a DC. He's not a head coach. He's a DC. He's a solid guy, gets the locker room going. He's like one of those guys, DeMarco Ryan, Mike, played the game, brings the team in, builds around them. They buy into the system. He's my number 3 guy, Mike, on my list. Yeah.
Is he really? Okay. Yeah. So, all right, well, guys, listen, we're going to get out of here because Matty B is up next, literally within the next couple minutes. So make sure you stay tuned right here on It's a Wrap Sports. I will be with you guys on Thursday. That's right, after the Flyers game for Clear the Ice. Paul, if you want to see misery, make sure you get over there and go check Paul out tomorrow night. It is the final Dallas Cowboys. Was it Dallas Cowboys?
Cowboys Weekly, 9:30.
Cowboys Weekly.
Yeah.
Get over there, show him some love, razz him a little bit. He knows we're Eagle fans, so.
Of course.
But Paul, it's got to be in your chrono. The 2 teams you hate the most are playing each other. Like, what? I'm pretty sure you would have loved to have it where the Eagles were playing the Packers and the Niners were playing the Bears. This way, you could root against both of us at the same time. Now that we're playing each other, Paul's just like, I hope for a tie.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, hell, we had a tie this year. Why can't I? I mean, I know the playoffs don't end in ties, Mike, but still, like, this is the worst weekend for me because, number one, we both can agree, freaking Miami Hurricanes are in the playoffs here, top 4 team. They're still in. I hate that. You hate that. And, of course, for me being a Cowboys fan, the Eagles are, still in the playoffs, still primed to make a run to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, football is like, I don't even give a damn anymore, Mike. Honestly,
All right, guys. Well, with that being said, he is Paul Spencer. I am Mike Lauro. This has been Props, Locks, and Parlays. We will be back next week. We're going to review this college football championship game and also the next round of the NFL playoffs as we dive deeper into this. As you see, me and Paul didn't agree on a lot of these games.
A lot of these games, both college games, Mike. I mean, I can't believe that, man. Wow.
Yeah, we actually agreed on both college. Well, no, I differed. But anyway. Make sure you guys go over there and check him out. And I will see you guys then. You guys have a great night.